the water, Barakatah, Kahalayimla, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith in truth and sincerity and wholeheartedly, Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers, Shalom unto you, and to say rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. Now we rejoice in hope, which Hebrews 11:1 said, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So while we are on our journey, this journey of faith, you know, this is our hope. We're prisoners of hope. This is all we have. Like, you have to literally understand that, speaking it in this manner to bring the point home, if this ain't true, we are done. We are done. So we supposed to rejoice in our hope. And the thing is that since the Lord have given us the faith, you know, what comes with the faith is knowledge and understanding, you know, wisdom, also foresight. You know, so we're rejoicing while we actually seeing things play out. And it said patient in tribulation, which you ain't supposed to be hasty in the time of trouble. You're supposed to sit still and allow the Lord to do what he got to do. But also, it says continuing in instant in prayer is because you're supposed to be praying. You know, we quote the scripture Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times, and the fear of the Lord is his treasure. You're supposed to pray that prayer. You're supposed to ask the Lord to give you stability. You're supposed to ask the Lord to give you strength to endure. You know, prayer is all we have, you know, and if your spirit is right, and the scripture says that the prayers of the humble pierce up the clouds. Matter of fact, let me get that. But before I get it, so I'm going to read this again. Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer, man. So prayer is what we're supposed to do. Prayer is the most important thing. See, the Lord, as it say in Ephesians 2:8, faith and grace is a gift, which is given to us from Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, what Yahweh Shai did on the cross, you know, that put the seal, you know, the seal on our faith. You know, those who are able to receive it, have received it, you know. So the point is that rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer, you know, you always got to keep that in mind. You know, so on the journey, we're supposed to be rejoicing because our salvation is nearer than what we believe. When tribulation do come, we're supposed to be patient. We're supposed to depend on the Lord. And then the prayer is to be asking the Lord to keep you, you know, with a sound mind and strength to endure to the end and increase your faith, you know. So it says he will not accept any person against a poor man, but he will hear the prayer of the oppressed. We are the oppressed. Esau, Edom is the oppressor. All right. So he ain't going to hear him at all. Number one, he can't be heard anyway because he's the wicked. But anybody who oppressed the oppressed, the Lord got something for you. All right. He's going to plead our cause. Scripture said that surely he will avenge the elect. All right. So it says he will not despise the supplications, which supplication means beg, of the fatherless, nor the widow when she poureth out her complaint. See, the Lord is merciful, and he deals with the broken heart and contrite spirit. All right, he deals with those people who have that type of spirit because they actually depend on the Lord and they're humble, you know. So the Lord deals with humility and people that are needy, people who actually like he want his children to depend on him. And you got a lot of people who learn a couple of scriptures and now they think they the man. And now they think that Yahweh Shah just deal with them. You know, so it's all about keeping, you know, humility. And if you lack that, as the scripture said, if you lack it, pray for it. James 1:5. You lack wisdom, which wisdom is, you know, that's an umbrella word for faith, understanding, knowledge, you know, humility, you know, understanding. So, anyways, it says he would not despise the supplication of the fatherless nor the widow when she pour out her complaint. Do not the tears run down the widow's cheek, and it's not her cry against him that causeth them to fall. All right. And the Lord also said that he have likened Zion unto a delicate, comely woman. Jeremiah 6:3. All right. So this is twofold. This is literally talking about, the daughters of Israel, and also symbolize all of Israel too. And you got to understand that that's why Yahweh Shah said in Revelation 21:4, he said, behold, he make all things new. The former things are passed away. No more death, no more crying. He said he's going to wipe away our tears. No more sorrow. So he's going that, and guess what? We heading into the time where it's going to be a lot of crying. It's going to be a lot of uncertainty, because the Lord said that the righteous should scarcely be saved. He also said that judgment must start at his house first. Those are the ones who know the truth. So it's about to get real hot and heavy out here. So it's going to be a lot of tears. You might lose people that you actually love. So it says, he that serveth the Lord shall be accepted with favor, and his prayer shall reach unto the clouds. See? And that's another thing. You got to be a servant of the Lord. For men out there who actually are able to teach and don't teach, you're going to be caught in that parable. As the scripture says, he that hid his talent in a napkin. And then within the parable, I think it's Matthew's 20, the parable talks about, when the Lord see you, you're going to try to make an excuse. Basically, you're going to say, I knew you was a austere man, blah, blah, blah. But the Lord going to destroy you. So, time is ticking. And if you are able to teach, you are able to, put all these damn scriptures on a comment board of a brother's video, then you can teach. All right. So it says, he that serveth the Lord shall be accepted with favor, and his prayer shall reach unto the clouds. The prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds, until it come nigh, he will not be comforted. Ooh, Salaki, I had to burp. So let me read that again. The prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds, until it come nigh, he will not be comforted. So the Lord, see, he said, until your prayers come to pass, the Lord ain't going to be comforted, because Yahweh Shai is the one that is waiting for the go ahead of the Father. When the Father said it's time, Yahweh Shai coming back. All right. He's taking names. All right. He's about to come and destroy people. First of all, he got a 2,000-year-old beef. Revelation 1:7. He said he coming with clouds, and every eye shall see him, even the ones who pierced him. So those spirits is back on the earth. And it says, and will not depart till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment. For the Lord will not slack, neither will the mighty be patient towards them, till he have smitten in sunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen, till he have taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous. So the Lord is going to plead our prayer. And the Lord is long suffering, because guess what? He created death and life. He also created time. And to be honest, ain't no such thing as time. That's why he's called the Ancient of Days. That's why his name is He Is. He is to be, he exists. He don't have no time. All right. Yahweh Shah said, Yahweh Shah is classified as the beginning and the end. So he have a time. It was a time where he was created, but through him, he 144. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So through Yahweh Shai made everything that you see. But the point is that the Lord, he's not going to be slack on his promise, as some men count slackness, as the scripture says. The Lord is going to come right on time. The saying of the world, he may not come when you want him to, but he's always on time, which when you really analyze that don't make sense. If he don't come when you want him to, then he ain't on time. But, people just try to sound smart. But the point is that he is going to be on time, because the scripture said that he's going to shorten the days for the elect's sake. All right. He's going to shorten the days for the elect's sake. And if he didn't, it would be no flesh saved. See, the Lord is so righteous and merciful at the same time, because we don't even deserve to receive the mercy that we're going to get. But he's so righteous that he's bound to his word. So everything have to come to pass, and then the end going to come. See, we are in the midst of the last prophecies. So look at it this way. This is the best way to look at it. Now, if you try to go back from Genesis all the way to now, then you'd be like, man, it's been a long ass time. You know, we only had 40 years of peace. All of that is true. But guess what? Since the Lord haven't given us the remembrance of former things, so you don't know what you was in your past life. Talk about the things that you did, the things that you had to endure. You knew that you was a prophet because the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophets, but you don't know what type of death you had to go through, what type of hardships you had to go through. The Lord erased that out of your mind. So when you come back to the earth, you start off with a clean slate, as in your memory. And like I always use this analogy, I'm 35. And I hope this ain't the case, but I'm 35. And if the end come when I'm 45, I went through 45 years of hell compared to everlasting life. It's no comparison. All right. So the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. We are that last generation. Scripture said, when you see these things, know your salvation is near, even at the door. All right. So, I hate that you got to spell the whole word out, Philippians. But anyways, it said, be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer. So be careful for nothing means don't worry about nothing, but in everything by prayer with and supplication, which means to beg with thanksgiving. So you got to start thanking the Lord too and stop just asking. Let your requests be made known unto the Most High. All right. Be straightforward. Don't be beating around the bush. The Lord already know what you need anyway. So just be straightforward. But yeah, it said, in the peace of the Most High, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. All right. He the one that gives you stability. The only reason that we still going strong is because the spirit of the Lord is still dealing. All right. So that's why you can't be proud. Only reason that you in this truth is because of the grace and mercy of the Lord. And going back to the first scripture that I read, all right, rejoice in hope, patient in tribulation, continue in instant in prayer, Romans 12:12, continue in instant in prayer. That's what it's all about, man. Prayer is what gets you, because when you pray, you believe in. Like, you're not going to pray if you don't believe. Now, you got some people who pray when they in trouble, but that's because they desperate. Even in that time, even though they're not doing it like in truth and sincerity, but in that time they are being truthful. They really seeking for help when they're in trouble. And everybody want to call on God when they're in trouble. When everything is going smoothly, God ain't in their thoughts. But in that time, they are genuine. But the Lord know that the only reason that you calling on him because you're in trouble. What about all the other times? All right. So the men of the Lord, we can never pray enough. We need to pray more. This is the time that, we should always be in prayer because we're getting close. And the flesh is weak, as Yahweh Shah said. The flesh is weak. The spirit is indeed willing, but the flesh is weak. So the flesh can, overcome you, especially if you don't pray enough, So I'm going to end it on here. I think it's 5 and 7. Yep. Casting all your care upon him, for he cared for you. Number one, you got no strength. Just you yourself, you can't save yourself. Only the Lord can save you. So why are you trying to basically be a hero? You can't save your family talking about by your strength. If the troops come in, even if you had guns and weapons, bullets run out. And it's only you. All right. You ain't going to shoot your way out. You ain't going to bust your way out. All right. Zephaniah 3:8 said, wait upon me. All right. Until I rise up to the prey. All right. So cast all your care upon him. Don't be worried about the what if. That's those mortal thoughts. 2 Ezra 14:13, it said, flee from mortal thoughts. Fuck that what if, man. Yeah, of course the flesh always going to have it, but that's why you got to pray to get over it. All right. So prayer is very important. You can't stress that enough. All right. The Lord cares for you, as the scripture says. Matter of fact, I'm going to end it on this one. Remember this. And I'm talking to myself first. And it said, there have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able. So when things start to get hard, you got to remember that the Lord said that he is not going to tempt you above that you are not able to handle. All right. Even though within that time, it feels like it's so hard that you can't handle it. I have plenty of those, but I'm still here. So the Lord he ain't a liar and he's faithful. But will with the temptation also make a way to escape that you may be able to bear. See, the Lord, I actually just now, this scripture just hit me. This just hit me. Wow, this just hit me. So I read this, I read the scripture a lot of times over the years, and the way that it just hit me just now, wow. The last part, let's read that again. Also make a way to escape that you may be able to bear it. See, so the Lord, when you're going through something, it's not even that the Lord is going to actually take it away. He's just going to give you provisions to get through it. See, sometimes, you be praying and you want the Lord to fix your situation. And 9 times out of 10, he don't. He just give you the strength to get through it, So, but yeah, that's crazy. That just hit me. He give you a way to escape that you can bear it. But the point is that, cast your cares upon the Lord. Always be constant in praying, and that's our antenna to the heavens, man. Our help come from Yahweh Bashim Shai. So hopefully this video is edifying, and Shalom.